So for the last couple of days, I have been doing looks using solely the Mini Controversy palette, which is the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star collaboration. We've gotten some pretty good wear on the palette. I'll give you close-ups of it at the end, but the reason I've been using this palette quite a lot is A, I bought it, and after my shit show of my small journey on Poshmark, I am not going to sell this because I am not putting myself through that again. And then the second reason that I am doing it is because I decided it's gonna be my Pan That palette for 2020. That feels so weird to say, but yeah, 2020. And I don't know, the color story of this one, as much as I find that it's very eye-catching, it's beautiful to look at, it's not the palette that I'd have in my collection that I go, oh, what look do I want to create today? Oh damn, I want to use the Mini Controversy palette. Like, no, maybe Flat Earth and Expose I would kind of dig into just to kind of like play around with the pastel shades, and I could probably use a lot of My Boyfriend's Purse shade, but Controversy is not my favorite bright purple I have in my collection. Canceled's actually not that bad. The Simulation is not my favorite bright shimmering blue. Like, and I really hate the shade Diet Root Beer. I just feel like it's so, I wish it was neutral. I wish it wasn't warm. It's just too warm for everything else that's going on in this palette. A neutral brown would have been perfect because then it could have went with the more warmer shades, and then it could also went with the more cooler shades instead of being so contrasting. But that's my opinion of it. It's definitely not something that when it's done, I'm going to be like, oh, I missed that. Or at least right now, my feelings on it is I'm not going to miss it when it's gone. So I had to put it in this collection because if I didn't, or in this project, because if I didn't, I feel I'd go through 2020 and it would go further and further and further into the back of my collection until one day I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that. And then all that I'd have on here is a swatching video of the colors and be like, wow, I really didn't get my monies out of that. So I wanted to focus on it, and I thought what better way than doing the Pan That palette with this, and let's see what other fun looks that we can come up with. There are some things I want to note before we kind of get into using it throughout the next year, and that is, which shade was it? Controversy, Severe Kick Up, very dry. I'm pretty sure this is probably one of the pressed pigments, hence why it's so dry, but unless you use a base underneath it, it goes on kind of patchy, kind of sheer, and it's just very lackluster, and plus it flies everywhere. It's also one of those colors that if you get fallout, very careful when you wipe it away, because even the slightest bit of pressure, it's smudging across your face. What else did I want to note? That's pretty much it for problems with colors. The one thing I wanted to note with my palette specifically is on the little base of the teacup, or the bottom of the teacup, you can already see I'm hitting hard pan. Actually, I hit it perfectly initially. There you go. You can see it. Even a little bit where like the beverage would be showing in the cup, there's a little bit of hard pan showing, which is quite disappointing, especially for how new this palette is. I have been using it quite a lot recently, but to start hitting hard pan, it's just like, I don't know. Simulation's not doing it to me, and neither is My Boyfriend's Purse. This one is creamy as fuck, but the shade is really starting to just irritate me, is I guess the best way to put it. But those are my thoughts on it currently right now. I feel, if anything, Diet Root Beer is going to be the biggest shade I have issues with. Second being Controversy, just because it is so dry and I'm not really a eye primer person. So maybe I'll have to start using one. I do have some, it's not my favorite thing to use. I just find that nothing blends quite nicely afterwards because it's such a sticky base, and unless you go in with a neutral shade over top of it, nothing blends that nicely. And if I'm going to go in with a neutral shade over top of it, kind of defeats the purpose of putting down a base. So those are my thoughts. Who knows, maybe after playing around a bit my mind will be blown and I'll be changed. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, here is the close-up of what we're working with. Awesome. So if there's any looks that you want to see, any things you want me to play around with, I was thinking of going in trying to use these colors for fun different uses, maybe like a blush, maybe highlight. Actually, I've done that one as a highlight. Fill in my brows with them every once in a while, use them as a lip topper. I don't know. Have some fun and see what we can do with this. So if there's anything specific you want to see, leave it down below and I will do my best to play around with it and show you what we come up with. So yeah, you'll be seeing this a lot through the next year, and hopefully we get through it pretty easily with no hiccups. Alright, but that's that. I will see you guys in the next video, which I'm not sure what it is, but it's coming. You'll see. Yep, that's all I have to say. It's coming. So see you in that one, guys. Bye.